Monique Samuals, RHOP Reunion Phone, the real story. Monique Samuals of RHOP Reunion Phone, the real story. All right, let's get into this video. I want to talk about the cliffhanger, how she shows the phone and then they bleep it out, because I know who's on the other end of that phone call and why they're there. But before I get into that, let's just talk about the Real Housewives of Potomac, okay? And I'm gonna say this out of love and respect, okay? Although they're getting decent numbers, which is very surprising, I just find their season to be very boring, okay? I don't like any of the new chicks, and that's not their fault. You know, it takes me a while to warm up to new faces. I'm not feeling the Stacy storyline, especially because I know what happened in real life. There was no Karen Huger. I understand she was in jail. But, you know, it just bores me. And I really feel like a show behind the scenes shouldn't be more juicy than what they're showing on camera. And this is exactly what's happening to Potomac. Because the most two important storylines on Potomac is Stacy and Monique, okay? And they're talking about everything else but Stacy and Monique. Oh, and Wendy. We cannot forget about Wendy. Wendy should have been the majority of the season. Even if them getting arrested was before filming, and so they didn't have as much scenes up at that point when she got arrested, they should have went back like the Kardashians do, okay? And fake scenes and have more about this robbery and how Eddie and Wendy are most likely on their way to prison as first-time offenders. Because let's not forget, according to the rumors, Ashley was interviewed by the detectives. Let's not forget about that. Like, she should have been talking about that. Because in all honesty, no one really cares that Ashley's a pedophile and that she slept with Sharice's son, okay, who's 10 years younger than her. Because when we find out that Sharice was encouraging it and wanting it to go down, calling Ashley her daughter-in-law, and then she acted angry for the cameras, no one cares. I mean, that just took all the air out the room. We don't care because you guys are famous for making up storylines, and it just feels like another fake storyline. Now let's talk about the two storylines that really would have held the season together, but Potomac decided to ignore it. That's Stacy. Let's start with Stacy. We all know Stacy's been trying to get on Potomac for years. Year one, can I be on your show? Rejection. Year two, can I be on your show? Rejection. 3, 4, 5, rejection, okay? And I'm not kidding. They probably rejected her 6 years in a row till finally she went to them and said, listen, if I'm divorcing my husband for my black boyfriend, can I get on the show? And the producers were like, okay, you've begged long enough. I mean, listen, if she's been boring for 5 damn years, what makes you think the 6th year is gonna make any difference? So they bring her boring ass on the show. She claims that she's divorcing her husband, and we still have not seen this black boyfriend. Because that black gay guy, that's not her boyfriend. Where the black boyfriend at? They tried to call her out, and every time the cast tried to call her out for being a liar, Bravo would step in. Or was the black boyfriend Chris Samuels? And if it's Chris Samuels, then you dropped the ball again. You were supposed to talk about your black boyfriend, okay? I mean, they are letting any and everybody on Potomac these days. I'm gonna go on next. I'll be like, I want to talk about a bag of hot air that I want to sell to the cast. And they'll be like, okay, because we don't know how to produce and do our damn jobs. So let's just freeze this story right there for a minute, because the producers need to think about how it's a dumb move to pay people for lying and not producing any storylines. Like, we need to let them think about that. And let's move on to Monique. So while the producers are in timeout thinking about how they effed up the storylines this season, Monique Samuals is the biggest mess up of them all. I don't know why Potomac loves liars. Now let's talk about how producers allowed Monique Samuals to redefine her marriage. Because we know in real life, throughout that entire marriage, all she did was cheat on Chris. And if I know about it, they damn sure knew about it, okay? Or they really are the dumbest producers on television, okay? It got so bad. Let me tell you, this is a true story. Potomac got so boring that I will call my connects and ask what's going on behind the scenes, because it's way more interesting than this shit they're showing us on TV. And let's just pretend for a half a minute, just a half a minute, that I'm wrong about the producers and they are smarter than what we think. How come so many moons ago, when Chris Samuels' mother showed pure disgust for Monique, nobody questioned it, okay? They did not pull her to the side and say, hey, it looks like you don't like Monique. What happened? What's going on? She would have told you. She was brimming, okay? She wanted to tell somebody how much she hated this heifer. Y'all didn't do y'all due diligence. So when I call you guys the dumbest producers on television, it's out of love, okay? I'm hoping you will learn. This is all love, okay? Now you guys go figure out if I'm lying enough. You got to learn a lie when you hear it, okay? And I really think we're all on the same page when I say that they could have had some really good storylines by investigating the lies. That's what I call it. Did you investigate the lies? You should have checked into the trainer, aka Brandon. You should have seen if that story was true. Should have ran a background check when she was leaving at night. Where are you going? At midnight. Like, they should have did a better job. So now she's back, okay? After beating up Candace, after cheating on Chris, and doing all the things that she did before they bring her back, and didn't change a damn thing. Now she's lying about Jason Weems, a married Jason Weems. We feel sorry for the producers. I put the tape out showing that this is not how a married man's supposed to treat a co-worker, and y'all didn't do a damn thing about it. So once again, producers dropped the ball. Only this time, they let her paint a narrative of what a bad husband and person Chris Samuels is. Which is real messed up, because Chris Samuels had to put up with your damn cheating. Okay, let's just be real. He also gave you money when he didn't have to. You did not win any child support in that prenup. He gave you nearly $1 million lump sum, and then that $250,000, which you have blown, and now you're back broke. And not only are you broke, according to the rumors, you find out that Stacy's hooking up with your ex, aka Chris Samuels. So you decide to call out the girl that I call Lying Stacy. You decide to call out Lying Stacy, but look how she does it. So that cliffhanger that she had at the end of part 2 of the reunion, and she's holding a phone on her hand, guess who's on the other end of that damn phone? Her oldest son, Christopher, okay? And not only is he on the phone, he's talking about Stacy. And he feels guilty because he feels like he's ratting out his dad. And he's crying the entire time. So your broke, lying ass decides to record your own son so you can stay on the show and bring in some kind of income. And the cast members, they're looking at her in sheer shock. Not because we find out that Stacy's lying and she's been with Chris this whole time, but because you are using your son. Now, for legal purposes, I had to say allegedly, okay? So here it is. Allegedly, that's what happened. And they couldn't let you hear the kid's voice because, as she admitted on the show, he sent her a cease and desist. Because somebody had to think about the kids, okay? Not those two dingleberries, Stacy and Monique. They don't give a damn. They just want to come on the show next season. Now, will I watch the show in the upcoming season? Probably not. I feel like there has to be some justice in me breaking the stories instead of the damn producers. So, for lack of a better word, I'll probably be on some kind of silent protest. Or maybe I'll just take my signs and go down to Bravo and, just wave my sign in the air. Protest. Tell the real stories. Do your job. Now, these are jokes, people, just jokes, because I don't want to wake up tomorrow to another cease and desist. I've gotten so many of those from Bravo and they dumb cast members that I'm not fazed, but I'm smart enough to say jokes. These are jokes. Cause y'all remember when I got sued for $300 million from that unknown Bravo cast member? I can't even say her name. I was scareder than her mother. I was like, we should work this out. You don't have to get that mad. Jokes. These are jokes. Thankfully, she worked things out with me, and I will never repeat her name again. I'm not, what's that guy that just went to jail for breaking his restraining order? Little ghost whisperer, child, no, jokes. These are jokes. Now, it's one more story I wanted to break for you guys because I don't think Bravo's going to do it. I really, really don't. And I'm going to say this one real respectfully because I really like Wendy Osefo. I really, really like her. I think she's stupid and dumb and greedy, but I still like her. Now, Wendy's supposed to go back to court on March 4th. Now, I'm hearing that she's going to take a plea deal, okay? And although she's being offered a plea deal, I'm being told she's still looking at jail time because she has 16 felonies and Eddie has 18. I mean, this is no joke. What's going to happen to the kids? Wendy, what were you thinking? Why, Wendy? Why did this have to happen? Were you trying to copy Mauricio and Kyle Richards? Did you forget that you're black and they're white? Or were you trying to copy PK and Dorit, who allegedly got robbed? Either way, they're still white and your ass is still black. Now, I'm being told that I said the wrong word. I said they're looking at jail time. No, it's worse than that. They're looking at prison time, as in Akon. I've been locked up, they won't let me out. That kind of prison time. I mean, there are so many unanswered questions if she goes to prison. Like, what are you going to do with all your designer bags? Are you going to sell them at a good price? Because, I love your designer handbags. And I really don't think you're going to need your designer handbags. You might as well just give it to me as a thank you for breaking the story. Now, really, all jokes aside, I'm praying for you, Wendy. This isn't good. And, unfortunately, when people make mistakes, even though you regret what happened, that doesn't stop the consequences from coming your way. So as always, let me know your thoughts down in the comments section, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.